To accomplish a task that defies natural law, you must possess a capacity that comes from outside of nature itself. You can be the most gifted individual on the planet, a prodigy of talent and intellect. But if you operate solely in your own strength, you will inevitably hit a ceiling. The greatest calling on your life cannot be fulfilled by you alone. It requires an infusion, a power that only its divine author can provide. The enemy of your potential has a simple hope: that you will forget this, that you will try to do it all on your own, trusting in your own finite power. And why wouldn't you? We are taught to be self-reliant, but there's a secret hidden in plain sight, a treasure you already own but don't know how to spend. Imagine a young boy, 5 years old, wiggling a loose tooth. He can't wait for it to come out, not because he likes the feeling, but because he's been told a story. He's been told that a magical being, the tooth fairy, will come in the night and replace that useless piece of enamel with a treasure. So the tooth finally falls out, and that night, the boy who never wants to go to sleep dives into bed. He places the tooth under his pillow and shuts his eyes, only to peek every few seconds, checking for the magic. Eventually, he sleeps. In the dead of night, the real tooth fairy, all 6'2", 250 pounds of him, sneaks into the room and makes the switch. The next morning, the house erupts. Squeals of joy, stomping feet. The boy runs downstairs, fists clenched tight. She came! The tooth fairy came! In one hand, he reveals a pack of gummy bears, his favorite treat, a huge win. In the other hand, he opens his fist to reveal a crisp $5 bill. In an age of dimes and nickels for lost teeth, this is a king's ransom. But here's the secret. The boy's mother is confused, even slightly annoyed at the inflationary precedent being set. Later, her husband explains, "Do you remember his birthday last month? All the relatives came, and they all put $5 bills in his birthday cards. We put all that cash in the birthday drawer in the kitchen. At 3 in the morning, I just went to the drawer. That little boy was celebrating a treasure that was already his. It was his property, his wealth, sitting in a drawer just one room away, completely unknown to him. He had the resources all along. And so do you. There is treasure hidden in you. By the Spirit of God, there are gifts. There is power. There is authority that has been entrusted to you, available to you as a child of the King. And here's the terrifying truth. Even if you don't believe it, the enemy does. He knows precisely who you are and what you carry. What a cosmic shame it would be for him to know your power better than you do. It's time to open the drawer. It's time to stop ignoring the treasure you've labeled as insignificant. That thing you've called not enough. That constant prayer of, if only I were like her, if only I had more of that, if only I wasn't me, then I'd be enough. God is telling you that you are enough. You just haven't looked in the drawer yet. Consider the disciples. Jesus calls 12 men together. First, he calls them. His call supersedes their personal ambitions. Then, he gives them power and authority over demons and diseases. He doesn't just give them a mission. He gives them the supernatural capacity to complete it. Finally, he sends them out. They go, they heal, they teach, they pour themselves out until they are utterly spent. Mark's gospel tells us they were so busy, they didn't even have time to eat. They returned to Jesus, depleted and exhausted, to give an account of their work. And what does Jesus do? He doesn't say, go rest and come back when you're useful again. He says, come away with me. A cure for your exhaustion is not a vacation from your purpose. It's intimacy with your source. He takes them to a quiet place, but the crowds follow. Thousands of hungry, needy people pressing in. A massive, overwhelming problem. And this is where the story gets interesting. The disciples, logical and tired, see the 5,000 hungry men, plus women and children, maybe 15,000 people, and say to Jesus, send them away. They need to find food and lodging. We can't handle this here. They try to pray away the very thing that is meant to reveal their power. They want to dismiss the miracle standing right in front of them. Jesus looks at them and says something that must have sounded insane. "You give them something to eat." Their response is so human, so relatable. "We have nothing more than 5 loaves and 2 fish. That's it. Unless you want us to go and buy food for this entire crowd?" They saw their little bit as a joke, an insult to the scale of the problem. They were focused on their lack, blind to the treasure in their hands. The enemy loves that thinking. He wants you to believe that what you have is not enough for the task before you. But Jesus insists, "What do you have? Go and look." He says it like a parent to a child complaining of boredom in a room full of toys. Go and look. See what you've been ignoring. Go and look, and you'll find that the ordinary stick in your hand can part a sea. Go and look, and you'll find the 5 smooth stones you need to fell a giant. Stop spending energy complaining and spend it looking for the treasure God has already provided. So they bring him their pathetic little meal, 5 loaves, 2 fish. And the moment they place it in his hands, everything changes. They surrender their inadequacy to his divinity. Verse 16 of Luke's account is the key to everything. He took their meager gift. He didn't scoff. He, the God who needs nothing from us, received it. And looking up to heaven, he blessed it. You don't need more resources. You need God's blessing on the resources you have. His favor. That's the multiplier. Then he broke the bread and fish and kept giving it back to the disciples to distribute. And it kept going and going. The 12 men couldn't comprehend how the little they started with had become so much. Their entire burden, the whole overwhelming multitude, was satisfied. Not just fed, but satisfied. The kind of deep, Sunday dinner satisfaction that leaves you unable to do anything but lean back and breathe. And when everyone was full, they collected the leftovers. There were 12 baskets full, one for each disciple. A personal, tangible reminder of the overflow. That crescent multitude in your life, in your marriage, your finances, your health, your career, is not your punishment. It is your gift. It is the crisis designed to make you finally open the drawer and pull out the treasure you've been ignoring. It will force you to take your 5 loaves and 2 fish, that thing you've called not enough, and place it in the hands of a multiplying master. And he will show you what it looks like when your little bit becomes more than enough. He will show you overflow.